Well, good evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the evening, as we're here now on Thursday, the 2nd of October, 2025. It's the end of the Jewish holiday. As you would say, I hope you all have a good year. Now let's talk about something. I want new names. What do you want me to cover? So write me tonight. I'm going to choose, and as I made a bunch of changes this week, if the changes are reasonable and not crazy stocks, I'll decide what's crazy. I will cover them so we can rotate a lot of times and have some fun with this, and it's all about you. So if you would write me on my YouTube channel here, that would help, and I'll take it from there. Boeing. So, you know, today Boeing announced late in the day that, again, that new plane is going to be pushed back maybe a year. They're going to take a lot of charges to it. As bearish as it sounds, you were down 23 cents in this stock tonight. So not quite certain what that all means. When we take a look at tomorrow's data, you're going to get S&P Global Group. They will release their final September service sector PMI, and that's at 845, and they're expecting for it to improve, well, go up one by a tenth. I wouldn't call that improving. You want those numbers not to go up too much. The Institute of Supply Management is going to release their September service sector index at 9 o'clock. They're looking for a 52 versus the August reading of that. So that's where we're at there. When we take a look at the markets, they closed in a sea of green. So you would think, okay, here's a shutdown. You're not going to get reports. You can't do this. You can't do that. And guess what? You can do a lot of those things, and that's what's going on in the market, and the market's getting bought on the breaks. We then take a look at GM. We look at Tesla. I always like to do this. Tesla down $23, and the market's got hurt. And what's going on is you have to take into account that the $7,500 credit for electronic vehicles ended on September 30th. So these numbers will go up. Tesla had a blowout third quarter. Wonderful. What do they do for the encore now unless they find a way to lower prices? And that's what many of the car dealerships are doing. They are offering leases on a lot of these that they take into account that $7,500, and they try to, over the span of the lease, lower the price. That's one way to do it. BYD, for the first time, and that's that fabulous Chinese company, had their first real losing quarter, I think in 18 periods. It's crazy, or maybe 18 months, they said. That's pretty wild. But we're getting to that point. You know, price cuts alone aren't doing the job. You've got to have other things, and you should worry about some of that. Amazon did go up $2. Netflix went to $11.34, and the bounce, while it's nice, you were still down nearly $8.50. Apple stayed strong. Home Depot's the never-ending break in the market, just keeps falling apart on you. Lilly gave back another $5, and you went up to new all-time highs in NVDA today, so let's applaud that. But this is very much a stock market that is still tech-driven, and it's the tech stocks that are the shiners right now. When we get to the Bitcoin immersion tech stock, BMNR, you can see the bouncing in the market. As I told you, I think the market's now establishing a trading range after going from $4 to $160 back to the 50 range, and that's pretty much what's going on. You're fighting a battle to hold the 18-day average of closes as the market's got higher lows and higher highs. When we take a look at the Bollinger Band resistance, it's a 61 with the support at 44.44. When we take a look at momentum, it's through on the downside. It's just flattening itself out at this point. To get bearish again, frankly, there's no chart pattern here to get bearish off of. The bull pattern's alive. You can negate that if you take out that break low of 2 days ago. We then go to OCO, which held very nicely. It's back in the uptrend until the market gets back underneath the 109.20 area. And if it wanted to run, maybe you can get all the way up here. It's rich in price. There's no question about it. This is a stock that doubled just back from August. Through August, it has doubled. So it needs to consolidate a little bit. Netflix, look at how the bottom is leaking out of it. You are oversold. You've now had a day under the Bollinger Band. You can see how it fought to get right back into that. If you look at the last price, it's just by that Bollinger Band. So that's what the market is doing at this point. In UNH, as I mentioned to you, I thought the market might run and challenge the upper Bollinger Band. You've done it, but I think it's spending a lot of power right here. It is a bullish event. Market is still a buy at the 18-day average, but you're capping it pretty quickly at that Bollinger top unless it can break out of that and start pushing it away. Home Depot, I don't like what I'm seeing. It's, excuse me, it's latched on to the lower Bollinger Band, and in the process, it's forcing an embedded reading. If it gets that embedded reading going, you know, you still got numbers back here. I hate to say it, you can go down to, and from here, that's about $40 lower. So I do think you want to pay attention. When we look at Robinhood, higher lows, higher highs, embedded, everything they're doing is right. I can't say anything more. It doesn't give much of a break if you're trying to come into it. Tesla, you can see a big key reversal day. It's an outside day and a key reversal. It's the highest high of the stock recently. It closed lower at the bottom part of the range, well under yesterday's lows, and it lost the bullish reading. It's opened up the possibility the price and the 18-day average in red are going to come together. Joby, other people are seeing what I am. I've been watching it. I want in. I want my clients to buy 10%, 20%. Put it away, own it, and we'll take a look at it from time to time. We were doing that in the video now almost 2 years ago, and look what that's done, and they're still in that, if they followed me. Do I know? I don't know, but certainly on my advisory service, the positions have been open. Lower highs, lower lows, bearish. So the financial services, they made their run today. They got down to 53.06. They hit the lower Bollinger Band, and they held it. So it doesn't really have to go much lower. It's already in oversold territory. XLI, higher lows, higher highs, overbought. Nothing I'd be telling client to do there. Finally, XLE, the energy companies, the service sector of it, they all looked at what's going on here with energy prices. You had an outside day to the downside. You're opening the door for possibly coming down here. Gold market doesn't back off. The story in gold, you sell it off $80 intraday. It doesn't matter. The market keeps getting bid. SoFi getting beaten up. And as I told you, my worry on this is how many people are going to stop paying? And that's what we want to be worried about because they're getting furloughed or whatever. We'll see. Palantir came right back up here. It's overbought, trying to embed. If it does, there's another leg to the upside until it loses that reading. BND fighting your battle at the 18-day average. The swing line is up, the bias is down, and you're in a market that was oversold and it no longer is. So it's looking for direction. In the dollar, you pulled back, not today, but yesterday, to challenge the 18-day average. You got your bounce. The pattern has been one of higher lows, higher highs. It is an overbought territory. It's something to be careful of. Any close now under 37.39, 27.39, sorry about that, would be a very bearish sign on the market. You don't want to see that happen. In FXE, the rally to the 18-day average should be resistance, but any close over 108.51 would be very bullish. So they're sort of mirrors of each other. Remember, I've got my USO report and my crude oil futures report. It goes off our website tomorrow. That's Friday. To see it, just go to the website, iraepstein.com, give it a click there. You can also, there'll be here an icon that you can click. That's from the YouTube people, and away we go. With that, I'm Ira. You have yourself a great evening. Watch the other videos, and I'll see you in the morning with the futures market wrap-up. Actually, the beginning, the flash update. You take care.